certainly give Georgia State credit. They came in and were the tougher team. Disappointed in our team and the way we, certainly came out and played the first half. We did show some signs in the second half of looking more like ourselves, but certainly I feel like that's as disappointing as we've played all season.
So what do you feel like was missing from that first half?
Well, I mean, I've told them from day one I'm never going to coach effort and attitude and things, and I just felt like we were feeling sorry for ourselves because Isaac wasn't playing. There was no adjustment at halftime. There was no X and O talk. It was, hey, listen, your job's to go play as hard as you can go play. No one feels sorry for you. Georgia State certainly doesn't, and I just felt like that they came out with a lot more fire and pop to them. We got back on our heels, and it just kind of escalated.
It seemed like one of those games where it kind of be an early forecast of maybe where things stood, just really early in this Sun Belt Conference play. Is that something that, or did the players think about that? Did they realize that going into a game like this?
Oh, sure. We have something we put up. We put up a standings board. It's never been up. We put that up in our locker room. We update it. We talk about it. I think they've got to know every game matters, and certainly going in 2-0, them 2-0, certainly falls on me. But yeah, they came out with a little more fire to them.
Dustin, first half, they had 24 in the paint. You guys had 10. Second half, you flipped it on.
Yeah.
You had the 20-10 advantage. What was the difference first half to second that really turned it on both ends?
I just challenged them at halftime to fly around and be more like App State. Like I said, there was no adjustment. I didn't draw one thing up on the board at halftime. We just needed to fly around and play a little bit more aggressive, and I thought we did that. We just dug ourselves too big of a hole. But there was no adjustment, and certainly we defended them, held them to 29 in the second half. That was with some late free throws, and so that's what I just told them. Listen, a plumber doesn't need a pep talk to go to work every day. As a player, I can't give them I shouldn't have to give them a pep talk every single timeout or pregame or halftime, and I thought that with Isaac was a game time decision. He went through walkthrough. He was expecting to play. Felt like at the end he just needed some more time. And so, I told him, hey, listen, this is next man up. We don't need any out-of-body experiences. We don't need anybody to step up. Just be the best version of yourself. But I felt like that there was a contagious kind of feel sorry for themselves because Isaac's not playing. But I just told him, Isaac had nothing to do with 24 turnovers. Isaac had nothing to do with missing 14 free throws. We out-rebounded them, And so that was disappointing, the way we just came out.
You talk a little bit about Donovan Gregory, after kind of an extended absence for him, played just a few minutes at NC State, 6 points, 6 rebounds, but he just, he brought a lot of that, I felt like, energy that you were looking for in the second half. Was especially disruptive there. A couple of exchanges up and down the floor, got an offensive rebound, put it back, knocked a couple of balls loose. Is it encouraging to you to see him come back after being gone for basically a month and have that much impact?
Yeah, sure, and especially with Isaac out, it was a great opportunity for him to get a lot of minutes. Just didn't feel like after missing 7 games, Sunday at NC State was the right moment for him, especially in a close game in the second half. Today, with Isaac out, it was a chance to play through mistakes and really get back to getting some good minutes. He played almost 22 minutes and really did some good things. And so, great to have him back, and it's great to get him a lot of reps. He's certainly been getting more and more reps as he's back healthy.
You kind of touched on this in your earlier comments, but coming into the game is at the bottom of the conference in free throw percentage is 63.1%, and then not even making that tonight at 50%. What do you have in your bag of coaching tricks to kind of help turn around this free throw?
Yeah, I'm open to all ideas. You know, we practice it. We get reps. We put pressure free throws. You know, I've seen our team shoot free throws well. You know, obviously it comes down to just shooting. You know, it comes down to, you know, it comes down to just shooting the ball. You know, it's the only shot in the game that's always the same. And so we there's not a day go by that we don't do some free throw shooting. You know, certainly it's another disappointing. But you know, we're searching. We're doing different stuff. We're addressing it.
I guess another place where it was kind of disappointing for you, I'm sure, especially after Allen went out, the missed layups in the last 10 minutes. I think there were five or six missed layups.
Yeah, and those are just plays that you know, I'm not going to fault our guys. You know, I know they weren't trying to miss. We just missed them. Those are some. I think it stems back from just a lack of focus, and you know, we're down, we're trailing, so now there's just more pressure on those free throws, more pressure on the layups, and so you know, that becomes a mental side of it as well. And so, but yeah, I mean, we just didn't get them down. Sometimes you're great finishing. Sometimes that's just the game.
Is there ever a point when you have a good scorer who's having a really, really tough shooting night where you maybe pull him aside and say, maybe you ought to be looking at other aspects of your game tonight and not shooting? Do you ever have conversations like that with someone?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Did that happen tonight?
Sure. Yeah. You know, we challenge our players to be complete players, and you know, sometimes we need those guys to score too. But you know, I thought that, yeah, those conversations definitely happen.
What do you think it would take to get this team more consistent as far as the way that they start games?
I don't know. I have an exact answer for you. You know, that's something that, you know, it's the game of basketball. You know, you can go down the box scores of all the games out there today. There's going to be some teams have good halves and bad halves. Sometimes they're consistent. That's something that we're going to have to evaluate as a staff, that, you know, of how we start games. I know there's been games we've started really well. You know, we got up at Charlotte 28-9. The other day at NC State, I thought we started well. But you know, I could keep going back, but you know, I can think of Troy in this game. We were down at the half. Yeah, did not certainly start those well. That's something we'll evaluate, but that's just the game of basketball. It's a 40-minute game. It's a game of runs. You're going to play good at times, and you know, we went on our runs in this game, but certainly dug ourselves a big hole.
Adrian has 18 and 10, and I mean, certainly I think everybody understands what Adrian's capable of.
Yeah.
You know, his consistency and bringing that offensive threat game in and game out, you know, is one of those things that he struggled with. And I mean, he's still a young player. You know, what are the things that you guys are trying to, you know, help him find in his game so that he's bringing that kind of production game in, game out?
Yeah, I think just, you know, and he's been a little banged up. He hasn't really necessarily practiced a ton, and so he's not completely healthy himself. But you know, Adrian's a really good player. He's a guy that our coaches have been in here a little bit extra with, just let him see the ball go in the basket a little bit, and just trust the work. And we haven't really done anything differently with him. It's just, hey, just trust the work, you know, and the magic's in the work. And but it was good for him, I think, to come out with a, you know, I didn't take him out of the game. I always think he's playing hard and giving it all he's got. But, you know, 18 and 10 from him, it was good to see him get back going a little bit like he's capable. I think he puts a little bit of a, you know, it's a new role for him. think, I've certainly talked to him about not necessarily putting so much pressure on himself. It's a new role that needed him to score a little bit more. And so seeing him get back in the gym, just see the ball go in, trust the work.
I know it was a loss, but what are the positives that you bring away from tonight?
We certainly had 17 offensive rebounds. We had 10 steals. I thought the second half of defensively we looked like ourselves. I thought we were pretty good. I mean, they had 29 points, and probably 6 of those were free throws in the last couple minutes. And so, I thought we finished the game on a much better note. Would be something positive we can, certainly take away. But we'll get back to work and certainly do our part in figuring it out.